It's a graveyard where you have a lot of Sufis coming here. They spread the word of Islam and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala message in this region of Sindh. So you will see many Muslims and many tombs of these Sufis.
The Rickshaw Challenge was supposed to be a cultural trip, but the floods changed everything.
Flooding and a severe humanitarian crisis. 1/3 of the country is underwater and 33%.
पाकिस्तान में पहले भी सैलाब आते रहे हैं 2010 में भी.
For international help in what he said was the toughest moment in the nation's history.
We will show you the parts of rickshaw which are very important for you since you're gonna drive. So what he does is, it's one step, he just switches on. The time you switch on, bear in mind that after 3 minutes it will finish the batteries if you did not start the rickshaw. It has a very small battery life. And if battery finishes, you need to push it and get it started. And this you many times see on the road, that people are pushing it and getting it started. So you just put the clutch down and you click once, it's gonna go down. You want to get out from the gear, it's back.
It was quite complicated to learn how to ride the rickshaw, but then with practice it got easier. I had worked with Muslim charity before in the summer. We went to northern Pakistan, but this was the first time that I had been involved with a humanitarian crisis.
So through the Rickshaw Challenge, we are able to provide these rickshaws to beneficiary families. And these are families who have little or no income. So Muslim Charity provides them with the rickshaws, and over a period of 3 years we monitor their progress. So on a regular basis we get updates on what they are doing, their earnings, and what they're able to do for their families. So for the children in the families, a lot of these children are able to go to school because their families can now afford for them to go to school. So we take a long-term view on the assistance that's provided by the charity.
Yeah, weather's good. I'm feeling good. After yesterday's training, I feel I'm ready for the road.
Practice yesterday, we were out on the roads. The only fear I have is my co-pilot who's going to be with me, Rizwan. I'm just fearing when he's going to be driving. I'll be reading all my kalma sitting in the back.
To be honest with you, I'm not sure what I was expecting because I came with a completely open mind, wanting to see if I could assist the needy in any way.
What I was looking forward to was meeting a group of new people and being able to do something for charity, but in particular meeting the beneficiaries, because often we watch things on news or we want to contribute financially, but we don't really engage with the beneficiaries who we're supporting.
Dil, Pakistan.
I think when I got on it yesterday, the practice run, I thought I can't do it. I was on the verge of giving up, and now I'm loving it. And I think just going through the kind of the surroundings that we are is magical.
First morning's been great. Seen a lot of the country that you would not normally see. We've gone off the beaten track and really seen rural Pakistan for the beauty it is.
You know what stood out for me? It was the the visual impact that it had on myself. The first distribution centre that we went to.
Okay guys, bismillah.
When I walked in and I saw the home goods that we were giving, it was the physical, visual side of it. It just overwhelmed me. I couldn't comprehend what we were. It was a blanket and a cup and just the small essentials, and the way the women were lining up and we were handing it to them. It was devastating just to see that it was the simplest things, but that's all we could give to them. But this is what they were taking, and it just makes you want to just do more.
So this is when we say that please we discourage people begging, because once we take the truck out in the camps, it's all gone. So these people are processed, they are provided with the voucher to come here, take their stuff and go back.
फसल बुॾी वई आहे ऐं घर असांजो जेको उन में घर में पाणी अची वियो आहे, जॻहियूं सभु घर वग़ैरह किरी पिया ऐं ॿार वेचारा सभु घर वारा भाती सभु मज़दूरी ते कोन वञनि, सभु घर में वेही विया आहिनि। नंढड़ा नंढड़ा ॿार वेचारा पाणी जॻहियूं किरी पियूं आहिनि, किथे वियूं। ऐं माशाल्लाह असां सुठो महसूसु कयूं पई तव्हां कुझु जेको असांखे ॾिनो आहे ऐं जॻहियूं न आहिनि असां वटि, उहे किरी पियूं आहिनि। मथां पाणी अची वियो आहे चौधारी, नंढड़ा नंढड़ा ॿार वेचारा माशाल्लाह 10, 7, 8 ॿार। घर वारो मुंहिंजो कमकार खां वेही वियो आहे, असां वटि जॻहि न आहे त असां जंहिंमें वेहूं। हाणे झुपड़ियूं अॾे वेठा आहिनि, बुखार थी थो वञे, केॾी महिल ज़ुकाम थी थो ॿारनि खे, ऐं असां सुठो सम्झूं पिया, तव्हांखे दुआ कंदासीं वधीक।
How's it been for you today? This part is the difficult part. The other was okay. To see all these kids, all these families who need so much, but we can't help everybody. But we are trying, alhamdulillah, with all the donations. But we're looking for more donations. Thank you.
असीं हींअर ॾाढा मजबूर थी वियासीं, पूरो असांजो माना जेको कुझु बि असां ग़रीब जो कोन बचियो आहे। असांजे चए पासे पाणी फिरी वियो, असांजा ॿार नंढड़ा जेके स्कूल खां वेही रहिया ऐं चए पासे पाणी, फसल ॿुॾी विया, असांजा घर ॿुॾी विया, असांजे जेके सामान लुड़ी वियो, असांखे कुझु बि कोन बचियो आहे।
We should appreciate everything that we have compared to what we've just given to them all. So, alhamdulillah for everything always.
Hello. Charge of the traffic control and making sure everybody is safe crossing interselection or interjunction, I don't know what it's called. And we're just making sure we regroup in when we do make big turns so that everyone stays together. Safety first. Amazing journey. We've seen a lot, seen a different side of Pakistan, and we're able to see a lot more of the work that Muslim charity have been doing. Alhamdulillah, being able to physically come here and see and distribute your amana, for us is a blessing, and to be able to report back to you is a blessing as well.
तव्हांजो ॿारनि जो बाबा घणा ॿार आहिनि? ॿ ॿार आहिनि। इहो छोकिरी ऐं छोकिरो? ॿारनि जे लाइ खाइण पीअण जो या को ॿियो अहिड़ो मसइलो मसाइल आहे? खीर पीअंदो आहे? अच्छा, ॿियो को बीमारी वग़ैरह? अच्छा, तव्हांजो पाणी न सुको आहे?
न सुको आहे, असांजे घर में अञा पाणी।
He's saying that they are over here since last 2 months. They belongs to their home, and they can't. They have no access to go over there. That's why they are over here since last 2 months. He said that our other families are over here in the other tents, and one family is over here. He's the brother-in-law of this sister.
I felt helpless. I was very emotional at the time because I knew I'm there only for a split second and I'm gone. For them, I could have been a sign of hope. I could have been a sign of change. And knowing that I'm driving on, you look in the mirror and they're slowly just getting smaller and smaller and smaller. And then that's it, they're gone. And then that's it. You just think, is there something else I could have done? What more could I have done? Was my split second enough for them? Should I have given them more time? So much stuff goes through your head, and emotionally I just felt very low. I felt very weak. And I felt as if the world was crashing down. Imagine I left my sister like that. Will I be able to leave my sister like that?
I think, the fact that we were well over a month into the floods, I think the more we drive into it, the more we realize actually how much of it is still covered by water.
We were driving one particular day for maybe 3 or 4 hours, and we just drove and drove and drove. And all there was this water on both sides, water, and there's no end to it.
There was vast areas where it looked like there was lakes on both sides, and you're thinking, oh wow, this is beautiful. And then you look at it a bit more carefully and you can see the tops of people's houses literally sticking out.
And it was just buildings covered, submerged. There were people living on the side of the road, under tents, just outside in the open.
The floods out there were devastating. The images still flash in front of my eyes at times. When I'm driving that rickshaw and there's flood water all around.
The situation is still quite bad, really bad. Lakes and lakes, when you're driving past the water, and you think to yourself, how is this going to go?
% of the route, we're seeing the severe flooding, like the after effects. Majority of it is all underwater. It's literally just the road ahead of us that's clear. Left, right, wherever you look, it's all underwater. Trees, houses, mosques, buildings, everything.
We've just spoken to the women, and they're explaining to us that their house has been destroyed by the floods, and they've lost everything. And for the last 2 months, they were living on the edge of the road. So Muslim Charity are now helping them, inshallah, and they're providing them, the children, the boys, with bicycles so that they can cycle to school instead of walking for hours in this heat.
We are giving a bicycle to Zaid Khan, who is in class 7. Inshallah, this will help him to go to school every day without any trouble.
We're distributing bikes to the kids so they can use them to go to school instead of having to walk. And as we were there, a lot of the kids and the women especially approaching the women and saying, can you help us this way? Can you do this for us? Or the little girl saying, can you get a bike for my brother? And one wants one for her brother. But I noticed a girl that was just stood there really quiet.
All the girls wanted bikes for their brothers, and a little girl turned around and she said, I'm an orphan. And I know how that feels, but we are so lucky to be in England, but these kids don't have anything. So it's been quite heartbreaking to see this, and I just hope and pray to God that these girls get to go to school, and they all wanted a bike each, and I hope and pray that they all get one. And I wish I could personally come and distribute, but right now, thank the Lord, there's a step that they are actually going to go to school. And inshallah, next time we come, I hope and pray that we can give these girls bikes too. Inshallah.
To lose your parents, to lose your home, and to be in a situation like that, at that point, my heart, it was just so heartbreaking to see that. And there's so much more that I wanted to do for her.
So I can't wait for today. I'm really looking forward to meeting the beneficiaries and handing over the rickshaws ourselves.
It was quite difficult, driving through the countryside, and you're physically looking around and you think, oh, that's quite beautiful, there's water here, there's water there. Until you sort of stand back and think, well, actually, that's not natural water, that is water from the floods, and how it's wiped away communities and their livelihoods.
It's the actual reality of it, and it's not just one or two. Literally everywhere we went, every couple hundred miles, that's what it was. And not only that, the areas that the water had dried up, the crops were completely destroyed. There was nothing left for them whatsoever. So there goes their income for the next few months. There goes whatever food or anything they would have had. It's just madness.
The appeal for the house you see on the Muslim charity websites, it's asked £750, but I will do a big but. It's 140 here, somewhere else it's 160. Am I right about that? Yes. And in some places it is more. In some places it's more.
These are the houses that Muslim Charity are building, and they're going to be a lot sturdier than the houses that were here before. And this must be the main living area. Subhan, I'm smiling when I think of him because he had the most beautiful smile. And he was physically disabled, so he couldn't walk. So we saw him dragging himself across the floor to speak to us. And he explained his situation, that his mum is unwell and his dad is unwell. And he's the only one, even though with his severe disabilities, he's the one that supports his parents.
न को बि ज़रियो कोन्हे असांजो घर किरियो पियो आहे असां उस ते वेठा आहियूं असांखे को बि वसीलो कोन्हे असांजो घर किरी पियो आहे असांजो अन्न ॿुॾी वियो आहे असां ग़रीब माण्हू पिनी सिनी अन्न रखंदा उहो ॿुॾी विया माल मरी विया आहिनि गऊं मरी वियूं आहिनि मेंहियूं ॿकरियूं असांजो तमामु नुक़सानु घणो थियो आहे असांखे घर जी ज़रूरत आहे घर असांजो कोन्हे ठहियलु असां उस ते वेठा आहियूं अहिड़ी उस ते वेठा
I spoke to a father who didn't have time to save their youngest child, and he was a dad of 7.
असां रोड ते वञी वेठासीं वरी बोड जो ख़तम थी वई त असां हिते अची वेठासीं पहिरियों मींहनि में असांजा घर हर शइ तबाह थी वई पोइ असां निकिरी वियासीं घरनि मां असांखे राशन वाशन का शइ कोन हुई बसि पोइ वञी अलाह जो नालो वठी वेही रहियासीं रोडनि ते ऐं असांजो इहो हाल आहे असांजो माल मरी वियो हर शइ मरी वई नंढड़ी छोकिरड़ी उहा बि मरी वई बसि न को दवा न को दारू हालात ख़राबु हुई जी जी मुंहिंजी छोकिरी हुई जेका हुन ॾींहुं हा ॿारड़ा बि जेको आहे बीमार हुया हाणे हालत हिननि जी बुख ॿारनि जी हालत आहे छा कयूं दवा कोन्हे को असर कोन्हे का बि शइ कोन्हे का वेठा आहियूं बस अलाह जो नालो वठियूं
8 बच्चा आहिनि 4
बच्चा आहिनि 4 न्याणियूं आहिनि हिकु मरी वई बाक़ी 4 टिड़ा आहिनि 4 पुट आहिनि 3 न्याणियूं आहिनि
He spoke to me surrounded by his other children, and he was explaining to me that he didn't have the chance to save his youngest, who was only 1, and now he said, I'm now a dad of 7 and I was a dad of 8.
मोहम्मद आलम सिकंदर अली बतायो
सामान अलग अलग रखो ये न गड़बड़ करे छॾियो
They've been waiting here for possibly 3 to 4 hours, and as you can see, they're currently sitting down, handing in their tickets and taking away their very basic rations, non-food related. So you've got water holders, you've got a sleeping mat, there's a duvet, a mosquito tent, and very basic, well, there's a gas canister, and very basic cooking utensils, and that's all these people have. We appreciate what charities like Team MC are doing to help these people, especially when we're giving out the non-food items, just the basics to keep them going.
From Muslim charity, from the community. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala may bless you.
On behalf of Muslim charity and our donors, we would like to give you this rickshaw, and may Allah bless you and your family, inshallah.
ये आपको मुस्लिम चैरिटी की तरफ से है और ये आपके लिए, आपकी फैमिली के लिए सपोर्ट है। इसकी जो पैसे आते हैं उससे आपने आपको घर को भी चलाना है और अपने बच्चों को भी आपने पढ़ाना है, तो उनके लिए आप दुआ करें, ठीक है।
I see when you come out here and you take on something like this, It opens your eyes to the beauty and the harsh realities of the world.
In life, we take so much things for granted. We have the warmest beds. If we're feeling cold, we turn the heater on. If we're feeling hot, we could open our windows, we could turn a fan on, we could turn the AC on. But these people, they just have to accept what they've got.
When we go and see the people who are suffering, when we are giving aid to hundreds of families, and then you see thousands who are waiting who we can't help, it is heartbreaking.
You know, you see it on the news and you see the flood videos and the pictures. I think everything that I saw along the way that was a visual impact, it was really hard to take in, and it will stay with me.
And listening to the stories, seeing, you know, their homes destroyed and we used to be them pointing to it. And these are people that had very little to start off with. And then for it to be completely, you know, destroyed, and you think, how many more years is it going to take for them to actually get to the level where they started?
If we get together, we can do it together to support the people who need our help. We've only done what we can, but there is so much more to do.
It is tough, and you have to control your emotions, but you have your moments. These people still need our support as much as possible.
I saw an entire country just flooded in water, and that is because of the unprecedented monsoon rains, and what we saw was the aftermath of that devastation.
I wasn't a victim of the floods, but I saw their suffering, and that's what's going to stay with me forever.